Hi, it's Wendy from Soul Embodiment with this week's video blog. And this blog is entitled How to Be a Grown-Up Empath. So let's talk. Empaths. Probably 90% of the people who step into a workshop, one of my shamanic circles, or want to do one-on-one healing work with me, identify themselves as an empath. So anybody who doesn't know, empath, that's somebody who feels other people's feelings and energy, has an ability to sense that. There's a ton actually of information now on the web about that. You can take little quizzes. Am I an empath? Am I not an empath? Not that I think those quizzes ever told anybody who didn't already know that they were an empath. People struggle with this. They feel overwhelmed. They'll avoid public places with lots of people. They'll work their lives around being an empath. And there is a lot of places you can go if you are an empath to get a lot of sympathy regarding how hard it can be to navigate the world. This blog is not that. I do not want to sympathize with you. I want to empower you to understand and use a beautiful gift. So let's start there. Being an empath is a gift. It's a privilege. It is amazing. Gives you amazing tools to be in relationship with others. Most empaths I know want to be healers and are gifted as healers, but their gift uses them instead of them being the grown-up in charge of the gift. So today I want to empower you and give you something to think about if you identify yourself as an empath. So again, probably going to rattle a couple cages, and okay. So here's the first thing I want to say about people who are empaths. Usually they have really crappy energetic boundaries, and that is this huge part of their problem. That's just true. I'm sorry. I'm an empath. I know. So let's talk about that. For most people, they become an empath as a coping skill at an extremely young age, where they're in a crazy, chaotic environment, and they learn to project out their energy in order to read the energy of the environment around them to keep themselves safe, so they know what to anticipate. It's not usually done consciously. It's done at a very young age, and sometimes, actually, I've also had in my practice people who come in with wounding from a past life, which has left them really in a post-traumatic energy, and they kind of come in with the empath switch turned on. You know, also, we're having more and more sensitive souls coming in as we are coming into this time of shifting as a race. So a lot of people struggling to deal with this empath gift. So let's talk about those energetic boundaries, because it's the very first thing you need to understand. It is not the world's fault when you are out in public and you are out across the room in somebody's lunch conversation and that impacts you. And you probably don't even know you do it, because again, it's a coping skill. You've just learned to be all in everybody else's business. So here's the very first tip that I want to give you. Notice when your energy is pushing out, and the fastest way to control that is stop, put your feet flat on the floor, breathe in, and lean slightly back. And that pulls your energy in. Be in your own energetic space and be conscious of what that is. So it's kind of like in Dirty Dancing when Patrick Swayze's character says to Jennifer Grey's character, "This is my dance space. That is your dance space. Know your space and stay in your space. Help the inner child within you understand that the adult you is able to deal with situations that are actually your situations. Trust yourself that if something obtrusive enters into your space, you have the authority to claim your energetic space and tell that emotion or energy to back off. That's being an adult. That's managing our energy. Now, do you want energetic information from around you? Rather than opening yourself wide up, just put a little ping of energy out there and let the information bounce back to you. Stay in the receptive space. Just this one understanding of how you are using your energy can empower you amazingly. Okay, next step. Get comfortable with your emotions. Do your emotional work. Here's the thing. I have never in all my years heard an empath complain because they were in a group of happy, loving people and they could feel all that energy, right? What causes us problems, what we don't like, is when we are feeling negative energy. Okay, no energy is negative. Emotions are neutral, people. Get over it. Emotions are a natural response that we have, and they are giving us information about what's going on. Our emotions. Now, what happens when we, say, haven't gotten comfortable with anger, and we have all this repressed anger, and we're totally not in touch and don't know how to flow with the emotion of anger, is that as an empath, if we do pick up anger in the energy around us, it triggers us, right? And we feel overwhelmed because we're not comfortable with our own anger. If you will do your emotional work and get comfortable with those things you are judging as negative, then it will not trigger you if you pick up that that's in the environment. You, again, can manage your own energy and your own responses, which is what grown-ups do, right? So, yeah, that's a great tip. The biggest problem, actually, probably that empaths voice to me is that I get flooded and I can't actually tell what's my emotion and what's somebody else's emotion, right? So here is the short-term answer to that. Again, we are able to say, be adult, be in charge of what's in our space. So a great little technique that someone taught me years ago is, if you're not sure if what you're feeling is yours or somebody else's, stop, put your feet flat on the floor, take a nice deep breath, and with authority say, if this is not mine, I return it to its source now. Have the frame of reference that you, again, are in control of what comes into your space. Or maybe not what comes in, but what you allow to remain. So that is really a great trick to recognize, gosh, what is this really mine, right? And maybe, like I said before, it didn't start as yours, but it's activated you, and so now you've got your emotion rolling as well. Okay, so the more comfortable and familiar you get with your energy, the more you will automatically immediately know if something is in your space that's not yours. You need to do the work to get comfortable and know who you are, know what your energy feels like. So to help you with that, I have a great meditation that I put on the Soul Embodiment website, and it is called Healing with Light, Light Healing for Body, Mind, Heart, and Soul. And it is a daily meditation, or you know, whenever you want to do it, which helps you spend time in each of your physical and emotional bodies, and also to bring that beautiful spirit energy and your divine light template of how you were designed to be at the highest level down in to heal and enliven each of those areas of yourself. So I encourage you, if you have this the problem of just even knowing where to start about what is your energy versus somebody else's, to go ahead and use that meditation as a great way of starting to get in touch. The more we know who we are, the more easily we can just allow to let go and dismiss from our energy field those things of others. So, and one last note, and yeah, I know I got nice, calm, and peaceful, and I'm about to get all riled up again because that's how this works. So the last thing I want to say is about this concept of protection, because most empaths that I know that are highly sensitive, they gear themselves all up with like 10 layers of protection before they step out in the world. I'm not a fan of that, and here's why. The minute that I take the mindset and perspective that I need tons of layers of protection, I am envisioning a world where I am small and not safe. I am not standing in my power when I have to, and I'm not able to connect and deal effectively in the world when I have 8 brick walls between me and the rest of everybody. So I really like the concept of simply having the authority over our space much better than this view that there's stuff I need to be protective of. I mean, if you're a law of attraction fan, just think about the fact that immediately when we call in protection, we also call in that which we need to be protected from. And again, that was necessary, and the reason that theme I think resonates so much with empaths is that's how the system got put in place for so many of you as a great way when you didn't have other tools to protect yourself. It was the only thing you could do was to be reactive. But now let's be grown up with our gift. Let us choose when to use our gift. Let us instead hold this beautiful divine space of who we are and navigate the world with love and compassion rather than needing to retreat, pull back, or protect. You can do this because you are a divine being who is powerful and is here to powerfully experience and create that which you desire. So I appreciate you letting me speak honestly to you because, again, I want to empower you because we need empaths who are in control of their gift so that we can heal each other, so that we can heal this beautiful world. So to my empath brothers and sisters, I am so grateful that you have chosen to be here at this time, and let us use our gifts to create beauty. Until we see each other again, may you be blessed, and may you walk in love and power and light. Aho.